What is up, guys? My name is Alex and today we're going to be doing the 5th episode of Players Rating Predictions for FIFA 17. Today we're going to be doing the center defensive midfielders, and I have a lot of players that I want to get through today. So without further ado, let's get straight on to the video. So up first, we have Real Madrid's young up-and-coming Brazilian defensive midfielder, Casemiro. He's had an amazing season with Real Madrid, gotten a lot of starting time under Zidane's management, and he had a pretty good Copa America as well with Brazil. So I gave him a +4 in rating. I definitely think he deserves it above 80, so I give him an 81 rated defensive midfielder card. He remains a rare gold card from my eyes because I think he had a really great season. So let's move on to his stats. So up first, I give him a +4 in pace. I think he's a lot faster than 67 pace, so I gave him around a 71 pace. I think that's what he deserves for next year. And moving on to the next stats, I left his shooting alone. I gave him a +6 in passing. I gave him a +3 in dribbling. And I left his defending and physical alone purely because of the fact that he had some really good pass completion. I decided to give him a +6 in passing, so that's why I think he's going to look like a 81 rated card next year. Moving on, we have Blaise Matuidi from PSG. The French defensive midfielder has consecutively had two 90 plus rated team of the season cards in a row. From FIFA 15 and FIFA 16. Last year he had a 90 rated team of the season. This year he had a 91 rated team of the season. So purely because of the fact that he got two team of the seasons like that, I think he deserves an upgrade to an 85 rated defensive midfielder. I left his pace alone. I gave him a +1 in shooting because he had a couple goals, and for a defensive midfielder, a couple goals is pretty good. I left his dribbling alone. I gave him a +1 passing. I gave him +2 defending and a +1 physical. I really think that he deserves those upgrades purely because of how great he has been for PSG and for France this year. He made it to the Euro final, unfortunately getting knocked out by Portugal and losing out on the win. But that's what I think Matuidi will look like in FIFA 17, and that's what I think his upgrades will look like as well. Up next, we have Borussia Dortmund's young defensive midfielder. I believe he's about 20 years old. His name is Julian Weigl, or I think it's something like that. I gave him an upgrade to a gold card. If you remember from my silver to gold upgrades wish list, it was my first video on this channel. He was in the video as well. I thought he would become a gold rated player. So in my opinion, I give him a +4 in rating, so he'll become 78 rated gold rare card for next year. I give him a +1 pace, a +3 in shooting. I give him a +10 passing, and I'll explain why in a moment. I left his dribbling alone. I gave him a +4 defending, and I gave him a +3 in physical. He has had some of the best passing in the entire game for me. This season he had 91.9% pass completion in the Bundesliga for Dortmund. I think that's absolutely insane, especially for someone who's around the age of 20. It's not like he's Pirlo and he has the experience with passing. He's that young and he's got about 92% pass completion. That's why I give him +10 passing. Honestly, I don't believe EA will give him +10 passing, but that's what I think he deserves, and that's why I gave him that card. So moving on, we're going to Serie A. We have the Belgian Beast. I gave him a position change to a defensive midfielder because I believe he's played more defensively this season for Roma. I'm going on to Raja Nainggolan. I think that's how you pronounce his first name. So in general, I just gave him a couple upgrades around his card in general. I gave him a +1 pace, a +1 shooting, a +5 passing because he's had some pretty good pass completion as well. I left his physical alone. I gave him +1 defending and a +1 dribbling. Just in general around the card, I gave him a little +1, +2 around there. Just because he's had a really good season all around in general and had one of the best games for Belgium when he scored an absolute rocket outside the box. So that's why I think he'll look like an 84 rated defensive midfielder for FIFA 17. He's not one of the biggest cards in this video, but I think he deserves the upgrade for next year. Last but not least, we have another position change. This one is Eric Dyer from England and Tottenham Hotspurs. I gave him a position change from center back to CDM purely because he's played most of the season at CDM, and for England he played defensive midfield. I gave him a +4 pace, I gave him a +1 shooting, I gave him a +2 passing. I left his physical alone. I gave him +2 defending and a +3 in dribbling. I think he deserves to become a gold player, especially after the free kick that he had for England against Russia. One of the best free kicks I've ever seen in my entire life. I think Eric Dyer, being so young, deserves to be upgraded to rare gold player for next year, and I think Tottenham Hotspur and England have a very high potential future talent. So with that being the end of the video, I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. My name has been Alex, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.